you could, like, be a pelican in, like, the metaverse and, like, just be a pelican. Hi, everyone. I'm Lana Condor, and I am here with 17 to take a look back at my career. This is then versus now. I have been professionally acting since I was 18 years old, and I am now going to share with you how my career has changed. I wasn't ever really nervous auditioning. I auditioned like it was my job. I was doing a lot of acting classes and like audition technique classes. So I was able to practice kind of that muscle of auditioning a lot. So I was never really nervous. But now actually I do get nervous when I audition now. And I think maybe it's because, you know, I'm not in all those classes that I used to take when I was like 17. Then it took me a while. I would have to be pretty dedicated for like a month in advance in memorizing. Now, again, learning lines is a muscle. It's like, it's a muscle. The more you use it, the better you become. And so now I don't really have a problem memorizing lines. My process for memorizing lines is I write them out and then I read them and then I go to bed, and in my head I feel like while I'm in bed, like all the words are like simmering in my head, and then I wake up and the first thing I do when I wake up is look at my lines again, read them out loud, and then I go to work. I feel like on X-Men, I played Jubilee, and that was probably one of my favorite costumes, mainly because Jubilee in the comics has like this very iconic yellow jacket. And so once, you know, fittings were over and we settled on that iconic yellow jacket, I just felt like a lot of purpose and a lot of like gratitude when I got to wear that costume, because that specific jacket is beloved by a lot of the Marvel fans. So that was one that I loved then. And one that I love now, well, actually in Boo Bitch, our new show, we developed these super high platform heels that were see-through, and we took the heels off and we got a bunch of Barbies and we ripped the Barbies' heads off and stuffed them in the platform. And so this is like during her bad era. So like the idea was that it's basically like she's walking on the heads of her enemies, which were just like torn Barbies. But we made these shoes and they were so cool and so gnarly and had such a point of view. And so that's probably one of my favorite pieces from now. Then it was honest to God, like whoever wants to hire me, please just give me a job. Like I don't want to be unemployed for the rest of my life. So that was then. And now it's definitely changed and has become like, will this character that I play make people feel seen and less alone? Will they be able to feel represented in this character? Is this character, a lot of the roles that I've been choosing, you know, recently have been like way out of my comfort zone, and that's because I want to have a lot of tools in my acting tool belt. I still get so excited. I mean, there are roles that I stay awake all night long hoping that I get, and praying and manifesting, and when I want something, I want it so bad. And if I am so blessed to get it, I am just as excited. That has never changed, and I think that's important. And I still get nervous, like right before rolling, I'll get nervous, you know, or like I get nervous before a scene. And my dad always says like, nerves show that you care. And when you no longer get nervous, you might not care anymore. You know, I think my acting inspiration then and now have kind of always been the same, almost. You know, I really admire Emily Blunt, Reese Witherspoon, and Sandra Oh, and Awkwafina. Like, I really admire all four of their careers. And a lot of that is, for example, like with Reese Witherspoon, she started in, you know, kind of YA, kind of rom-com vibe, and then she's been able to grow the most incredible career. And similar to Emily and to, you know, Sandra and to Awkwafina, they've been able to kind of do every genre and do it successfully. I'd love to look back at my career whenever I decide to retire and be like, wow, I've been able to do many genres. I think that's the ultimate blessing and goal. My dream co-star then was probably like Zac Efron. Like, I loved him so much. But yeah, he was like my dream just because I loved him and I was in love with him. And now my dream co-star, oh my God, Melissa McCarthy. I think that she's brilliant, and I think that everything she does is amazing and hilarious, and I would love to just be in a room with her and learn from her, especially on the comedy side, you know. I would love that. And also selfishly, my mom is like her biggest fan, and like my mom would want to come to set and like meet her. Well, I think the advice is the same. I think then I would say just keep going. Like, don't give up. Don't give up. The moment you decide to pack up and go home, that's a no-no. So don't give up. And the advice I would give myself now is don't give up. I think it's the same. I think my dad always says, he has this catchphrase where he always says, greatness is coming. And I really live by that because it makes me optimistic for the day, and it makes me excited to wake up and see what the day has in store for me and not to give up professionally, personally, you know, in every way. I mean, then I don't think there was social media then. Then there was MySpace. But I was not a part of my parents were pretty strict. Like, you know what I was okay, here's my favorite social media. My Pet Pelican. It was like you could be a pelican in like the metaverse and like just be a pelican. Yeah, so My Pet Pelican was my favorite then, and now it's probably Instagram or Twitter. I mean, I read a lot of my news on Twitter, for good or for bad. My biggest goal then was to become a working actress. And my new goal now is to still be a working actress, and to be happy. Yeah, I think that's as you get older. I should get older. I'm not that old, but like I think you really value your peace and your health and your happiness over a lot of things.